All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel again. Now, I don't know if you guys have heard or seen the ring camera footage of the lady who, boy. I'm just tripping out because it's people who were actually defending her, saying she was just scared. My goodness. But there's a family who lives in this house, and you had a lady walking with her kids, and she basically ended up at their house on their property, and the guy comes home from work, and she's basically asking him, does he live there? Black guy, she's white. You hate to make it about race, but it's exactly what it is. She racially profiled this dude to the T, but basically saying, do you live here? Now, mind you, these houses, I don't know if they're going to mention, but these houses, I believe, are very expensive houses. So I'm thinking like it has to be in a gated community, you know. So he got the code to the gate to get in probably, but he's at his house, uh, getting out the car, and she basically don't believe that he lives there. And she grabs her two kids, leaves the stroller, and she took off running, yelling out help. Yelling out help. So Shannon Sharp on his nightcap has brought the family on there to tell their story. So we're going to check this out. Hopefully everything goes smoothly and I'm able to react to this. I don't know. We'll see. Shannon Sharp, give me the green light, please, to check this out so I can share this story as well. It's crazy though, man. It's crazy. And again, the people who are defending her, y'all should be a damn ashamed of yourselves. All right, we ain't gonna waste no more time. Buckle up, because it's a long one. Let's jump right into it.
Hello, it's your favorite sports thunk here. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to join the fastest growing community on YouTube. Remember, Nightcap doesn't happen without you. So please subscribe or you're going to make Ocho cry. We're going to welcome DeMichael Jenkins. He's a seasoned real estate developer, investor, custom home designer, as well as chief operator officer and owner of 3D Vision. And unfortunately, Ocho, he was involved in a disgusting racial profiling act outside of his own home.
And wait, so this man is an architect, oh, so yeah, he got money. So this house is probably, hold on. Shout out to you, brother.
So welcome, Mikey. Congratulations to your Buckeyes.
Oh yeah.
Well done. I know you I'm surprised you ain't got on your Buckeye shirt. But congratulations to your Buckeyes to you. And I think that's your wife?
Yeah.
Congratulations, ma'am. Thank you for joining us. Mike, if you can, go back. I know it was in November, and here we are in late January. If you can recount the events as you remember, as vividly as you possibly can.
Ocho sweating already.
Yeah, I can remember. It wasn't too long ago. I was leaving one of my real estate job sites in the inner city, wrapping it up for the day. It was about 5:15. Took me about 45 minutes to get home. So I'm proud to go home. Shannon, something I want you to know is when they say it's an affluent neighborhood, it's one of the most wealthiest neighborhoods in Ohio.
Wow, congrats.
And my house is the best house in the neighborhood.
That's what I'm talking about.
Because
come on now.
I designed.
Talk your talk, brother. And again, shout out to the Ohio State. I'm a fan too. Yo, talk your talk, brother. This makes the situation even worse. This brother proud, like the home is an escape for you to get away. You getting racially profiled on your damn porch is insane. Insane.
From scratch. I'm an architectural designer. I bought the land, I financed the land, designed it from scratch, and I built it from the ground up using all my resources. So proud to come home. I'm pulling up, checking out my Christmas lights we just put up. for the holiday season. And there happens to be a lady in the driveway with 2 kids. So I don't think nothing of it. Kids coming in and out my house all the time. I got kids, got a family over here. I don't think nothing of it. I think she's looking for the front door. I say, hey, are you looking for somebody? She doesn't answer. She then proceeds to go to the porch. So I'm like, okay, so she's probably coming over. So I pull in the driveway. I'm about to park, and she rings the doorbell and comes to the front of the front porch and stops me and says, do you live here? And I said, yeah, I live here. She said, well, I don't think so.
Crazy.
So I said, well, what are you doing here? She says, I don't think you live here. Picks the kid up, drops the stroller, hops off the porch, starts running, and I hear screaming, yelling for help. At that point, now I'm in fear.
Yeah.
I'm in fear because I know what we face as Black men in America. Mm-hmm. So I rush to the garage, park in the garage, come in the house. My wife's in the office. I said, babe, some white Caucasian lady, she just...
You can still hear in his voice that he's still a little shook up, a little traumatized by this, because you don't know what this could have been. You know what I mean? You got a white lady running down the street talking about help. You don't know what this could have turned into, because it has been situations where it didn't turn out good for him. At his own house, y'all.
Jumped off our front porch, screaming, yelling for help. I don't know if she's going to call the police. I'm pacing back and forth. I don't know what's about to happen. 6 p.m., regular day. We pacing back and forth. I don't, at this point, I'm like, I don't know what's about to happen. She comes back before the police gets here. I don't want to go outside. I don't want to go outside with them outside. And the police pulls up, and I don't know what's going to pop off. If the police pull up, altercation happen, anything could happen. Right. I know they're going to side with them. So my wife's come outside, and she just wants to figure out what's going on because she's in shock. And I'll let her say how she ended up coming outside or whatnot.
Okay, when he
came home and he said, there's
I was going to ask you. He comes into the house. He says, babe, there's a white lady standing on our porch. She's running, yelling, screaming. I don't know what this is about. And so what's going through your mind when he explains what he just encountered?
I was in my office working and I'm confused. I'm not understanding what's going on. Like, what do you mean there's a white woman running, screaming for help? Screaming for help for what? He's like, I don't know. And immediately my heart dropped. I'm like, walking and pacing back and forth. Like, okay, just wait. Okay. Well, what happened? Nothing. I was just pulling in the house.
It's crazy.
And I'm like, what is she screaming for? He's like, I don't know. And I'm like, are you, what? And I keep opening up the door because I feel like the police is going to come here. Somebody is about to come here and I don't know what's going to happen. I don't even know what fully happened. I didn't hear anything. I'm in the house working.
So
and so I kept opening up the door, and that's when I came out.
So she did end up calling the police.
Yo.
She did end up calling the police. She did call the police.
Okay. So let me ask you.
Imagine him calling the police on her. What if he would have been like, it's this white lady on my porch and she just ran and yelled for help? Like, think about that. He's coming home from work, man, to enjoy this house he built from scratch, from the ground up. This is a little frustrating. Ain't gonna lie to you. Just off the simple fact that I want to know what happened to her. What happened?
Question. Now, this happened in November. The video just recently got released. What caused you guys to release? Because I'm glad this is on Ring Camera. Because you're absolutely right. Had this not been captured on camera, on video, we already know the story that was going to be told and how it was going to be spun. But you guys had it on camera. What made you guys finally decide to release it?
Well, I actually released the video in our community Facebook group.
Oh,
We have a community Facebook group, about 500 or so people, and it, ever since I've been like, we've been shattered, we've been upset, it's so many different factors and so many different feelings. So many different
Right.
feelings. I put the video in our community Facebook group to share what happened. And it took a lot for me to do that. And then we woke up and the videos everywhere.
You know what's funny? It's one thing to experience racial profiling in public. You know, in public, I'm sure we all have stories where it happens in that setting. But for it to happen in your own home,
Right,
I mean,
right.
it can be unsettling. It could be uncomfortable, especially when it comes to a place that you call a place of peace. That
Yes.
we can all get away from, from the outside world. Has that affected your sense of security and trust in the neighbors? And have you reconciled in any way with the neighbor who caused these issues?
Of course, there's a lack of trust. Of course, it makes us feel unwelcome and unsafe. We have two boys, and he leads our family. He protects our family. So to know that we can't go walk the dog or someone looking at us is what's going to happen.
Damn.
It's a lot of weight. It's a lot of pain, and it's a lot of emotion.
I can still,
And he's desensitized to this.
I still hear it in your voice.
So
Yeah.
of course, not once have we got. I thought the next day maybe there would be some flowers at the door saying about. Not once has this person reached out to us to give us a sincere apology.
Wait, whoa.
HOA
Wait,
either.
I reached out to HOA immediately after it happened.
nobody said anything?
Immediately after it happened, I reached out. HOA ghosted me,
Wow.
for lack of better words.
Can I ask you this?
So I seen the video and the woman did say sorry, but it was more like she's like, I'm sorry, but you got to look at it from my standpoint, saying like, I'm walking. First of all, well, I guess because I forgot if they said what time it was. You know, it could be early but dark. Like it's dark, but it's actually still early because it gets dark early. But she made the apology seem more like look at it from my standpoint. Like you're black, I'm white, it's dark, I'm walking. That's how I took the apology. That's how I took it. But HOA not saying nothing, like, yeah, you better bring me some flowers, some cookies. Yeah, I'm gonna throw it in the trash too after you bring it, because you probably done poisoned the cookies.
Prior to that night, prior to that incident, had you ever seen this woman prior to this incident?
I've been in the neighborhood for 3 years. I built the house from the ground up. I know the developers in the neighborhood. I lived in the front of the neighborhood while I built the house. I walked to the job site every day. So have I seen her eye for eye? No. I've walked by their house and seen them on the front porch.
So she see.
When they came, I didn't recognize.
Go ahead, ma'am. Go ahead.
I didn't recognize them, but I was going to say it's a 90% or more of the neighborhood is predominantly Caucasian. So we're one of one Black families in the neighborhood.
And our house sits all the way in the back of the neighborhood, and the people ride by and take pictures every day. And there's a lot of publicity with our house. So it really was, it was shocking, but they stay to themselves in the neighborhood.
Let me ask you this. When you walk up and you ask, what can I help you with? And she says, is this your house? You say, yeah. And she says, I don't believe you. When someone tells you they're standing on your porch and that's not their property, and they tell you that this is not your property, what went through your mind when someone is standing on your porch and they say, well, you don't live here?
Well, that's when I was battle tested as a Black man, as a man that been to prison, that's, had to transition and learn how to put pride and ego to the side and control your emotions.
Okay.
Hey.
That's when that kicked in. That was the ultimate battle test. Because in my mind, I said the audacity of her. That was in my mind, but I had to control my emotions in the moment because I knew where it could have escalated at. I'm thinking, well, what if she had a gun?
Correct.
Hey.
Would she have been running or would I have been running?
Is this a situation because now she said, well, you have to see it from my point of view. No, I don't need to see anything from your point of view when you stand you know what, on my porch. But for her to say, well, you didn't say, well, I really live here. I live here. I don't have to identify myself. This is mine. Why do I have to tell you who I am when you standing on my property?
It took everything out of me, not to get out of character. And especially when they came back, she brought her husband back. He was real standoffish. I was scared to go outside, but I sat on it. I was listening. I said, I can't let my wife sit out here with these people. What if the police pull up?
Right.
So, I went outside and I just had to make my face known. And I had to let them know I do live here. A Black man does live here. I did build this house from the ground up. I did design this house. I had to show my face. And as soon as I came outside, you could tell they switched it all the way up. Let's get out of here. Let's go. They switched it all the way up.
When the police arrived, what did the police say? Okay, what was the side of the story that they told the police? And then what was the interaction once the authorities arrived?
I hid in the house. I didn't talk to the police. I'm not about to come out there with them. Those police might gun me down.
So you let your wife?
I hid in the house.
So you let your wife handle?
I let her handle that.
Okay. What?
Yeah.
I made a report. I made a police report. It was emotional to make a police report because we all know what happens when you call the police. So I had to think to myself, do I go outside? It's dark. Do I let them come inside? Do I sit up? Do I stand down? Do I let my son stand here? How do I explain this to him? And even explaining and sharing that this lady racially profiled us. She ran from our house screaming. There's no telling what people can think. My son came home from work, who's 17, and said, Mom, what if I was taking out the trash? What if she had a gun?
Yeah.
What's going on? Why are the police here?
That's crazy. Hey,
but I knew I had to make this report.
Hey, despite the difficulties of the situation you've been through, have you guys, or are you guys moving forward with reclaiming your sense of safety, being that it is home, and in any way, despite them not, giving sincere apologies or letting you know that we welcome you here in our home, especially HOA and the neighborhood sales, do you still have hope and motivation to keep sharing your story from this point on for others that might encounter these situations and ways they can prevent things from happening and being able to de-escalate those situations?
100%. I have nothing against their family, but I grew up dealing with this all the time. So we still have to live here. They live 2 streets over. We have to ride by each other's house. I'm okay with being cordial with riding by each other's house. Have no issue with them. The issue is getting the word out here and letting my situation and what I've been through and what I've overcome be inspiring to people in the world, people that look like me. So that's the space I'm in. And I'm thankful for God because I didn't ask for her to show up on my porch. This is God's movement here. This is God telling me the people need to hear your story. You need to inspire. You need to tell people what's going on and use this so that hopefully this won't happen.
See, it sucks though, because like a lot of this happens all the time. I mean, there was a video some years back of a dude getting on the elevator, and it was this white lady saying, I don't know, like, what are you doing over here, or something like that. It happens a lot, It sucks that you have to go through something like this for people to get a message. Like, again, what if she had a gun? You wouldn't be here talking, I tell y'all, like this message here, to just be a good human. Hey, this is me coming in peace. So if you come at me sideways, I know you have an issue with yourself. You know, this brother seems very comfortable in his skin. He worked hard to get where he's at. You know, probably took his family out of the hood, and look where they got you. Crazy, man.
To the next person, or the next person that comes across a Karen situation, they will know how to control their emotions. Because us as black men, especially young black men, we struggle with that. We struggle with that impulse, with that acting.
Mm-hmm.
We think irrationally, and we never think rationally. So I'm here to inspire people. I'm a real estate developer. I build houses from the ground up, single family houses. But I thought that moving into the most wealthiest neighborhood in Ohio, that this was the right thing to do. But maybe my focus needs to be building communities that's for us and by us, so that we can inspire people that look like us.
Hey,
we can build a community that's for us.
Can I ask you a question? You said something very interesting. You said she lives 2 streets up from you. So you mean to tell me she went 2 streets out of her way to try to find out who lived in this home? Not on your street, not on your street, not on your block, not next to you. 2 streets.
It's 2 streets up, but she's all the way north. We're all the way south. It's multi-million-dollar houses back here. The lots are big, so it's 2 streets, but it's still, we could go 30 days, 60, 90 days without seeing each other.
So she went out of her way. Let me ask you this. She issued an apology. She also said that she reached out to you and tried to apologize multiple times, but she hasn't had a response from you. Did she try to apologize to you in person, or was it through this video that you guys have seen?
She has not tried to apologize to us in person, via phone, via knock at the door, via a phone call, via email. No, only the live videos.
Now, apparently, if we're to believe what the report says, that this woman has a history going back as far as 2018 of creating these situations and then making herself out to be a victim. Have you guys seen that? Have y'all seen any?
Wait a damn minute. So this ain't the first time? Oh, hell no. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. There has to be some type of law, like she can't just keep doing this. Somebody gonna end up dead. Like, let's say if she really didn't believe he lived there and she had a weapon on her and she got so scared that she shot him. And then the wife come out, everything's on camera, and the wife comes out there and is like, you just shot my husband. Nah, since 2018, nah.
Those reports that's being circulated.
I have not seen that.
I have not seen.
Can I ask you this? I want to ask you this. Have you thought about, since your privacy, your security, have you thought about potentially even leaving that neighborhood and going elsewhere? Or you said, nah, y'all not going to run us up out of our home?
100%. I've been in Ohio my whole life, and I faced racial discrimination at its highest peak. I'm a stereotype person, tattoos, dreadlocks, a man that's in the professional world, in the real estate development world, that you don't see too many minorities building multi-million-dollar homes. It doesn't happen here. So we 100% have thought about moving to another state, taking my talents elsewhere, building a community, to go in places where we could be surrounded by more people that look like us.
Man, So let me ask you a question. What was your relationship with the neighborhood? Did you have any interaction with your neighbors, like to the left of you, in the front of you, to the back of you? What's the neighborhood like? I know you mentioned it's a very affluent neighborhood. There are wealthy people that live there. You mentioned $1 million homes. What's the relationship with you in the community other than with this said individual?
So it's the wealthiest neighborhood, and they got a saying that once you reach a certain tax bracket, race doesn't matter.
That's a lie.
So it's a lie, but people say that. People say that. So everybody out here, majority of people out here, they walk every day. They take pictures of our house. They say hi. You can ask people in the neighborhood. Those people are not friendly. They don't say hi. They don't take too many walks. They don't walk their dog. They stay in their house. They are standoffish. So the neighborhood is friendly,
but
I don't know about them.
She said something very interesting.
We participate in.
Go ahead, ma'am.
I was just going to say we participate in community events, and for the most part, the neighborhood is friendly. She posted videos after this happened, and the neighbors brought it to us because they put 2 and 2 together. So that's how we even found out that they knew about it.
Damn.
She mentioned to you, as you was walking up, you have to see her point of view. She's walking her kids. It's late at night. If you're that afraid, why are you out at night walking your kids if you as afraid as you say you are? Did that cross your mind? Like, well, if you say you're afraid, why are you out here in the dark by yourself? You're married. Your husband's not with you, and you got a small child. So it can't be that dangerous. You can't be that fearful of your life if you choose at night to walk a child.
It's 6 o'clock in the evening.
Okay.
It gets dark early, but we thought about that.
Of course, I wouldn't be outside walking with no.
Yeah.
No. Not at all. Especially if you have been through things or whatever. Like, I'm not walking at night, period.
Oh, that's crazy.
It's as simple as that. And as soon as someone tell me that's their house, all bets are off. Okay, if you're scared, then you walk home. That's it.
I don't know. I guess I just look at things differently. I've really never walked by somebody's house. Oh, you live here? Oh, definitely I'm not standing on somebody's porch and asking is this their home if they drive up. I'm in the neighborhood. I see somebody in their driveway or somebody on the porch. I throw my hand up. I keep it moving. Yeah. I'm not going to stand on someone's porch and ask them if they live here. That's none of my concern. That's just me. Maybe I don't think I'm unique in that, guys.
We ain't nosy.
That's privilege.
We ain't nosy like that though. we ain't nosy like that, man. We see somebody, man. We chunk up the deuce. We say hello, and we keep it moving. The first thing we say, we see a nice house. Boy, that thing that nice, ain't it?
Yeah.
Right.
And we keep it moving. Who it belongs to? It ain't our business.
You mentioned that you have a 17-year-old son, and as Black, we have to have that conversation with our Black young men. Is that it's always yes sir, no sir. It's yes ma'am, no ma'am. When you get pulled over, look, hey, just be as polite as you possibly can, because your job is to get that man or that woman to your car, back to their car, and on their way as quick as you possibly can. It's not about, all this and all that. We'll fight it in court. Whatever it is, if they said I was speeding, if I was improper lane change, I don't have a tail light, or what, erratic driving, let's go to court. We can argue it in front of a judge, in front of 12 people. Mm-hmm. I can't argue. I got to have you make it home. Have you had to have that talk with him? Have you had it already, or did you have to have that talk with him immediately after this incident?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it was emotional, and it was multiple talks. It was multiple talks, and even was days where it's like, you know what? I don't know if you should go outside and walk our dog.
Right.
Let me see. Make sure you go out before it gets dark. It's a lot of weight. It's a lot of weight.
You've received a lot of overwhelming support from social media, though. I mean, everybody's been on your side. The social media has come to your defense, and like the way you handle it. And you mentioned your situation, having made some decisions in your previous when you were younger, and you learned, and you said, "Look, I got to channel this. I'm not going to give them the ability that says I'm angry, and I have every right to be angry because I'm in the right here. but nobody cares about that because all they're going to look as you as a black man, look at your history and bring that into the equation when it had nothing to do with this woman standing on your porch.
Exactly.
If you could,
Yeah.
people gonna watch this. This is gonna get picked up. If you could say, what would you want people to know about you, your family, and how you handle this situation?
I'm a black man in America that's overcame every obstacle that could be thrown at you. Growing up, making bad decisions, being around the wrong people, and being given a second chance to transition. Raising a family, being married. My 17-year-old, I've been there since he was 6 months. This is my son, but he's not my biological.
Okay.
I've raised him as he's my son. I have an 8-year-old as well. I'm here to inspire people, to show people that control your emotions.
Yeah.
Control your emotions. That's one of the most powerful things that a man can do, because a dangerous man is a man that can't control his emotions.
Big facts.
So a situation like this that's broadcasted across the world, you can see that I was given every single reason to act, and I still control my emotions. So I want to use this moment, these platforms, to inspire people, lead people, and to show them what a real man is and what a real man is supposed to do. You take care of your family, protect your family, control your emotions. And that's what we're here to do. And also build communities. I want to build houses from the ground up. I want to build communities. I want to design high-end luxury homes. These are things that I want to do, that I got a passion for, that it's in my bloodline. Custom home builds. My grandpa was a custom home designer and builder.
It's in his blood.
These are things that I want to take to the next level and be known for, and show people that in the real estate industry that we can strive, we can survive, and we can do what they do, and even better. So that's what I'm here for.
Do you have a sense, or when or if you'll ever get your normalcy back? Because your life has been interrupted. You didn't ask for this, but as you mentioned before, God don't put on any more of this than what we can handle. He chose you. He chose you for a reason. And the way you handled yourself in that situation, I'm not so sure a lot of us, because she went out of her way. She had no business on your porch to begin with. If she didn't think you lived there, she could ask that question from the street. You don't bring your tail on someone else's front porch and then ask them. That's not your place. I can see if you were at her house and you're asking for directions. You're like, "Are you lost? Do you need help?" She's on your property. Did you think about pressing charges for trespassing?
We did, and they threw it under the rug. They filed a police report that wasn't nothing that we told them. We asked for the police report. They never gave it to us. We had to track them down to get the police report, and looked at it. It was vague. We thought about pressing charges. We did all that. I thought she gave me every right. She's on my property.
Correct.
That's self-defense. I could have gunned them down, but I had to hold my composure as a man for my family. Because even though it was self-defense, it could have been self-defense, not for a black man, not for us.
Sheesh.
Man.
Wow. DeMichael, thank you for sharing your story with us. We really appreciate it. You handled that thing very well. To your wife, what's your name, ma'am?
Brittany.
You and DeMichael handled it very, very well. I'm not so sure very many people would have handled it with the class and with the poise that you did. You did everything right. And even though you did everything right, it seems like everything has gone wrong. She was wrong for coming onto your property. The authorities seem to be wrong for how they've handled this situation. Hopefully you get the clarity, you get the judgment, the respect that you deserve in this situation, because you did everything right. And seemingly as of right now, things have gone wrong. Hopefully The Nightcap family, everybody that's in this chat, we're praying for you that you get your sense of peace, you
Yes,
get your
sir.
sense of normalcy, and you get everything that you deserve back tenfold. Because just talking to you, you're a good man. Brittany, you're a good woman. Y'all a great family.
Yes.
And you're doing the right thing. So I tip my hat to you for the way you handled this situation, and continue to be blessed. God's going to continue to bless you because you're a good man and you do great things for the community. And I want to thank you, Ocho and I,
Yes, sir.
Nightcap family, want to thank you for sharing your story with us. We greatly, greatly appreciate it. This is going to go out and you're going to get an outpouring of support.
Yes, sir.
And it still wouldn't be enough for what you guys went through. But I thank you for sharing your story here with us on Nightcap. Continue to be blessed, continue success, and we'll talk to you soon down the road.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, man. The fact that this ain't the first time that this lady has done this tells it all. But it's crazy. Like, I'm looking at his video. This was posted a day ago. It's at 182,000. This video should have over 1 million views. And I bet you can go through the comment section and you'll probably find, and they're going to be trolls. They're going to be trolls. Like I said, anybody supporting, talking about she was just scared, this and this, supporting that, y'all should be ashamed of your damn selves. Ashamed of yourselves. Because it's probably something you'll never have to deal with in your life. And this is coming from someone who has been racially profiled before. You know? So, hey, appreciate y'all coming over, man. Peace out.